Greetings. As you know, this is Rainbow Soul Poet. I am titling this vlog My Locumentary, and I want to talk about my locks. I long knew, I won't say I made the decision, I long knew by the time that I turned 30 that I would be cutting my locks. These are my locks. They're so pretty. They're like 7 years old. They're almost seven. Almost seven. A lot of people think this is 10 years of growth. No, by no means is this 10. Um, this is actually my second set of locks. People think there's, some great story behind the whole process of me locking, and there really isn't. I remember being at a screening, and this young lady asked me what prompted me to start my locks, and I was honest. She just looked so disappointed. Like there's supposed to be a great story as to why people lock, and for me there really isn't. I've always had really long hair as a little girl, and people have always been jealous. Even my own blood family members have had their reasons for being jealous of my hair, and this is before I even started locking. Trust me, I've had, I won't say who, but she knows who she is. She cut my hair off around middle school, claiming that I had a bunch of split ends and my hair was like this long after she was done. But what is family for? But to do some old jacked up shit like that. But I mean, it's all love at the end of the day. But truthfully, when I was little in elementary, the girls, and as much as I love females, they would cut my hair off. You know what I'm saying? And they throw gum in my hair. It was just some jacked up shit. So when I got older, I started looking into hairstyles that I felt were cute, sexy, beautiful, and I grew up in New York and there were a lot of people with locks. So, I really identified with the people with locks. And then my mother eventually got locks and I identified with her and her locks. And I look a lot like my mom. So, when people see us, they think we're sisters because, that good black don't crack, honey. My mama is gorgeous, okay? Catch it. Anywho, though, but yeah, they think it's a grand story behind it, but truthfully, it's just really not. um, Also, my mom, when I was younger, there was this black and white. I don't know if it was a painting or a photo. No, it was a painting, a black and white painting of what appeared to either be a little girl or a little boy. It's just probably where my androgyny comes in. But a painting of a little girl or a little boy with locks that my mother said reminded me of her. And so maybe that's where the grand story comes from. Maybe in my mind as a youth, I wanted to be the person in the painting, but really not. I wanted something where I could actually feel my hair like this. I moved this and I felt that. Trust me, my locks are extremely heavy. And I think I said in the video earlier that I'll be cutting them when I turn 30, maybe even sooner. I'm getting more and more closer to being ready to releasing my crown. I won't be completely cutting my locks off, however, because I'm just not ready for that type of move. This is my second set of locks. When I had my stroke, I cut off my first set, so I know exactly how I felt when I cut that off, and that was a completely different journey. So I can't compare that journey to this journey, because this, baby, let me tell you, this is a full-time job with OT, baby, and I don't get paid for it, okay? Well, there are different benefits that come with this job. And it's funny because all my people at the collective, I love y'all. When I told them I was cutting my locks, I was like, no. So I am honestly, genuinely giving it thought to allowing Pangea's Garden to document my journey if I don't just up and have an epiphany one morning at like 2 or 3 a.m. and just cut the shit myself. I'm known to be spontaneous like that. I have done that quite a few times, not with my locks, but with my own hair. I have cut and styled my hair in ways that I wanted it to be. When I graduated high school, I decided I wanted to be completely natural instead of half natural. You know, sisters, when you're wearing half a perm and half a half of your natural hair. So I just, after I graduated high school, I just cut it really, really short to like where the where my natural hair was from the root, and then eventually I let my sister's boyfriend just shave it. Said, and that was so effing grand, man. Like folks was looking at me real crazy because I was living in Anaheim then, and you know that's where all my people of this dude's color live at, and it was just like, what the hell do we make out of this chick, you know? But like, I just really want to make it a point that there's really no grand story behind me having my locks, but they have been with me on this journey to rehabilitating from my stroke. So I mean, they have their own grand story embedded in them, and just my locks smell wonderful because I just finished retwisting them a couple of days ago. I washed, retwisted. Let me tell you something, honey. What day was it? I think it was Wednesday night, 8 p.m. I started washing my hair. I didn't finish retwisting until Friday morning at 3 a.m. So yeah. I'll be glad to have more, even though I only do this like maybe once a month, to be real with you. Like I only wash once a month, and I'm not used to that. Like when I wear my hair out naturally, without the locks, I was a every week type sister. So locking has definitely been a journey for me, because when I started my locks, I didn't wash my hair for 3 months because that's how you're supposed to start them. And then now I just wash my hair wash my locks once a month. For those who don't know about lock maintenance, we do wash our hair. We just don't do it every freaking week, because unless you have that type of time, and baby, my arms get tired twisting, and you know, I got my little baby locks. Like, this is what I'm doing all over my head. This. And wait a minute, I want that to fall naturally, so let me just unravel that a little bit. You know, I got my little baby locks, and I'm gonna cut my little baby locks. I was excited about this. But you know, they'll grow back. I have been having separation anxiety in regards to my locks, because they're mine. You know, I put a lot of love and care, even though some people don't feel that way. One of my exes threatened to cut my hair off while I was asleep. But you know, that's just that green-eyed monster, you know, because we've had our locks about the same time, and hers are still right here. I just have a different grade of hair, and I care for myself differently. So, you know, I mean, that's just what it is. Can't be mad about that. And I know you guys are used to getting a poem from me, but I don't have any great poems regarding hair or locks or anything of that nature. Maybe I'll hit you off with something, but for right now, I'm just documenting the journey to the countdown of the day where these locks get turned into a mohawk. And I'm not quite sure if I'm doing all the documenting of it, or if I'm gonna let a third party come in on this journey with me. I'm still giving it much thought. So to all you sisters out there who are ready to go natural or do something different with your hair, I give you peace for your journey. That's all I can do, because I'm still trying to find mine. But this is Rainbow Sew It. Sew It. Rainbow Soul Poet. See, that's where that lisp comes in. But anyway, I love y'all. Have a great day. Mwah. Deuces.